Okay. This is everything I'm going to bring with me on mule deer hunt, or actually, sorry, whitetail deer hunt. We're probably going to be backpacking, so that's how I packed. I'm going to try not to ramble too much and try and just get right into it, go through all this gear. This video hopefully will help, next year when I'm trying to pack. Packing is always something that is like, I've always thought was really fun, but it's hard to make sure you got everything, and I've tried making lists before. It's helpful, but sometimes you get new gear or you want to try something else, or you made a list for one trip, yada yada, whatever. So hopefully this trip I can explain a little bit the reasoning of some of the stuff I have, and that'll be better than just a list. So if anything, I can look back on it and maybe it'll be something to look back on and it'll be funny years from now, or I'll get to see how the gear I have has changed over time and how it's hopefully gotten better. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so let's start with my Bino harness. So this Bino harness was given to me by my dad. It's super nice, super comfortable. I got the straps all done up the way I like them so that they stay nice and tight. So I'll just kind of go through what I have here. So starting on the right side, I have a loop-holed rangefinder here. I used this for the first time on the archery hunt in Montana this year, and I got my deer, and this thing helped. Yeah, so I have a rangefinder here. I have it on one of the marsupial lanyard things. I bought that after that archery trip because I was like, wow, I need that. You need a little lanyard for it. I don't have the knife in here right now, but I have a Gerber hunting knife in there. This here is a little lens cloth. Can help wipe off the rangefinder and binoculars if they get dirty. In the main compartment here, there is Vortex 8x42 crossfire binoculars here. These were, again, lent to me, gifted to me, whatever, by my dad. These are my dad's. I haven't bought my own yet, which I need to do. This is a little kit in here that my dad had. It's got another lens cloth. It's got a tool here it's just an Allen key tool. I used this a lot for sighting in my bow. And I just left it in here because I didn't know if I was going to need to make any adjustments on the trip. This, I believe, is water purification tablets, chlorine dioxide water purification tablets. There's a couple of those in here. This is chapstick, which I think can be obviously used for fire starter. There's a little rangefinder guide in here, and then some wax fire starter in here as well. So just like a little survival kit, when we're hunting, we take off our backpack hunting, we take off our actual backpacks sometimes and just roll with the Bino harness. So, a good idea to just have something in case you get away from your pack for too long. Then I have a little tag case here with all of my tags in it. I got a turkey tag and a modern firearm deer tag for this hunt, so we'll see what we can fill. Then next up, I'm just trying to go fast here because this is going to be a super long video if I go through everything. So in the back, there's a little pocket here. This is generally where I keep my cell phone, but right now I'm recording a video with it. Over here I have bear spray, and then over here I have a little pouch here that can hold a wind checker. So that's my Bino harness setup. Something I would like to do in the future is get one of those mounts that can drop down and hold a pistol right here, hold a handgun. That'd be super nice to have, but just not something that I have yet. So for this trip, we are staying, where are we doing? So we're leaving Sunday. We're gonna stay till Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so 3 nights. So I have 3 essentially days worth of food. I like doing them up in these individual Ziploc bags because one, they can just be thrown in the pack obviously all together, and then it's easy and you know exactly it's already rationed out. You know exactly what to eat in one day, that kind of thing. But also for the Montana hunt, specifically the reason I wanted to do this was we were going to be there for, I think, 10 or 11 days. We weren't going to backpack camp every single night. So I wanted to, you know, if we wanted to go for 2 nights, I could just grab 2 of these, throw it in the pack, and we can go. So I have a Mountain House meal. Looks like I'm going to be eating beef stroganoff. I have a Rocky Mountain freeze-dried ice cream. Those are actually surprisingly good. Then my dad recently showed me one of his little tricks. These little Tuna Creations packets are so freaking tasty, and they have a lot of calories and protein in them. I guess not a lot of calories, but yeah, they don't have to be refrigerated, like super easy to eat, and they're delicious. Oatmeal packets, 2 packets is usually enough for me for breakfast. This is nice. You just literally have to heat up water and you're good to go. Additionally, we have some little coffee packets in here too. Looks like I got some IQ Joe Cafe mocha packets and some hot chocolate to go with it. Again, literally just add hot water and you're good to go. Some pork jerky as a snack. Cashews as a snack. Some more meat sticks, just again, snacks. I'm trying to not have as much sugar as I have in the past because while it's nice to have some snacks like that, sugar, just like candy and that kind of stuff, just doesn't make me feel very good. And I think it makes me have to go to the bathroom more, which try and minimize that as much as you can. Then I have this little LMNT packet. This one's like supposed to be for an actual coffee. So try that out this time. We'll see how that goes. Little electrolyte pack, electrolyte and energy, I think. Hydration and power, I'm assuming that means energy. But this is Mountain Ops. They're super tasty and good. Peanuts, little granola bar, and then I'll show you the sandwiches. Super simple. We literally get bagels, turkey, and some pepper jack cheese. Put them up in these individual packets. So then let's move into the pack here. This is where obviously most of my stuff is going to be. So the pack itself is a Mystery Ranch Beartooth 80. I got a super good deal on this pack, and hopefully it lasts a very, very long time. I love this pack. It's super nice. So let's get into it. So in this little top lid pouch, I have, stand it up here. So I have this top lid pouch. Underneath it, like sandwiched on top of the bag here, is a little foam pad. Again, this is another one of my dad's ideas. It's really smart. These don't weigh hardly anything, and when you're sitting out on the ground glassing, you'd rather have this to sit on than, you know, sitting on whatever. Maybe the ground's wet, whatever. And also this is significantly lighter than a chair. Then getting into this pack here, it's a tight fit for this one, but in this top pocket, I have one of my dad's spotting scopes. Anyways, then in this other pocket here, I got a little toilet paper and shovel and a headlamp. So just kind of like quick access stuff that you may need at any given moment. You don't want to dig through the whole backpack to get. So I may put some more stuff in there before we leave, but that's what I got so far. Then strapped to the side here, I've got trekking poles. Nothing down in the little water bottle holder there. And on this side, I've got the tripod for the spotting scope. So that's set up on there real nice. While we're over here, I'll talk about this. I got a little medical kit here. So I have gloves in here, some Coban, a bunch of 4x4s, 2x2s, a lighter, some tape, some earplugs, a bunch of Band-Aids. That's pretty much it. Oh, and I have some hydrocortisone cream and some triple antibiotic ointment in here too. Just, you know, out in the woods, you get cut. At least have something to, you know, help bandage that up and keep yourself moving. On the side here, there's these little clips kind of mollied into the side panel here. These are super cool. On our last archery trip, my dad had these. When you're bow hunting, you know, and you want to stop and glass, you have to set your bow down or do something with it. Well, you can hook the string on these little things here. It hooks right here. You don't have to bend over with your backpack and stuff when you're tired. And it just holds the bow and you can glass, and it's great. I think I need to be back here. It's just a backpacking tent. Sydney and I can both fit in it. And actually Sydney, lady, and I can all fit in this tent. So it's a tight fit, but it works. Sydney's actually coming with on this trip, so her and I are going to be using this tent, and it should be good. So next I'll move on to this top section here. I've got these clips here, you know, so other stuff can be kind of draped across the front here and clipped down, which is super nice. Right now I don't have anything set up for it, but I guess if I wanted to, I could. So in here, take this all out one by one. So these are gaiters. Again, these are my dad's. A lot of this stuff is like my dad's extras that he doesn't use anymore. So thanks, Dad. What's up, David? Then I have gloves up here, winter gloves for when it gets cold, because this trip's going to be cold. And I have a little balaclava here to keep my face warm in the mornings. Next I have rain gear in here. Just pants and a jacket. Rain gear's pretty much a necessity on any hunt in Washington. So yeah. And then that's all that I have in this top pocket. I like this pocket for extra clothes like that, because as you can see, it's relatively easy to get to. All I have to do is take that top lid off, or you know, that's pretty much it. It opens up sideways like this, and there's actually some organization in the backpack. So I have two lids up top here, or two pockets, zippable pockets up on top in the lid on the inside, and then the rest here is kind of just essentially like a dump pouch, whatever you want to call it. So I'll just start going through it here. So I've got, one last thing, I've got a little pocket up here. This is where I'm going to put like my wallet, my keys, you know, little things like that. That pocket should keep all that stuff safe. So this here is a little Sawyer water kit. It's got this little filter. These things are great. They're just great. So, and then I've got the pouch here as well, and the straw, and then I've got a spork for eating. Which I may end up throwing this in this kit. This kit here is essentially my kitchen, camp kitchen. Sorry, David's making a crap ton of noise in the kitchen. Just kind of go through the stuff I have here. So this is one of those hanging water filter bags. Super nice because it's very easy to fill up. It's got a nice carry sack here. This works just like a dry bag. Essentially fill it up, roll it a couple times, put it together. This will gravity filter. It's got a hose here so you can fill up your water bladder and all that kind of stuff very easily. And it's got a nice little clip on here so you can stop the flow whenever you want, that kind of thing. It's super nice. This can hold up to 6 liters of water. So this is like a game changer when it comes to getting water. So set that to the side. And then I've got a little butane canister, isobutane propane. And then I've got a tiny little camp stove. This thing is super tiny and awesome, and I love it. So I'll just kind of like show you here. This thing is super awesome. It's got its own igniter here. You can control the fuel there, and it just screws onto the top of this. These two paired with this that fits on an Nalgene, this little canister here. That's all I need. I don't need a whole jet boil system. I don't need that. This is way smaller than the jet boil, and I think lighter. All of this together. So, yeah. Go ahead and set this to the side. Okay, next I have my camp pillow, my backpacking pillow. It's just one of those inflatable pillows. This one's really nice. It's, in my opinion, better than the expanding foam ones. Sorry, David is being so loud right now.
Sorry, I'm trying not to be.
He's not trying. Anyways, I got this little camp pillow here, backpacking pillow. Super lightweight and actually really comfortable. So, set that to the side. This is something that I really desperately want to upgrade, but this is the best I have right now. This is my sleeping mat. This was like the cheapest one I could get on Amazon at the time, and I'm sure they probably did overnight delivery because I procrastinated packing until the day before the trip, whatever, yada yada. Anyways, I really want to upgrade this. This one's not very good in the fact that it's not comfortable, it's super noisy, it's super thin, and I don't think it does anything as far as keeping me warm and keeping me off of the cold ground. So there's that. Next, this was very difficult to pack in, so I'm not going to be taking it out, but this is just a down zip up jacket that I can have quick access to. Again, I have an entire puffy jacket in here, and it's, you know, super lightweight and it's compact and it's convenient to have if I get too cold. This here is a sleeping bag liner. It's just a extra layer to have in the sleeping bag. You know, it may just be used as a blanket. It may just be used as another thing to sleep on. But it's it's relatively lightweight. It's not heavier than my sleeping mat. So actually it's pretty close. So I bring this just as another layer. You know, if anything, I may give it to Sydney. Whatever, you know, we'll see. But this here is a kill kit. This was given to me by my dad and put together by my dad. So in the kill kit, we've got game bags. We've got a knife sharpener, paracord, disinfectant towelette, very good, Ziploc bag, and all of that is in this nice little dry bag here. So that's a nice little package. This is something that I would have had no idea how to pack or what to bring for, so glad my dad helped me out with that one. This is my backpacking sleeping bag. This is the Marmot. I don't know what model or specs or anything like that, but I've had this and used it a couple times. I used it backpacking in Mount Rainier, used it on, what else did I use it on? Used it on a couple camping trips, and I actually did not use it in Montana. But this is a really nice sleeping bag, super light. It's not the smallest probably sleeping bag out there, but it does pretty good for its weight and how comfortable it is. So, and it's the best I have. So that's what I'm using. David has joined us. This is a tarp. I'm gonna put this under my tent. Nothing special, just a thin thin tarp, just to have another layer underneath my tent and underneath my sleeping mat, so that hopefully things don't pop or break. Next, I have water bladder that I need to fill up. It is a 3-liter water bladder. Says 100 ounces. That's pretty much it for the inside of the pack. Do have a few more things, just dude wipes, which I'm probably going to move to that top lid where my poop kit was. And then I have a garbage bag. I have an extra tent repair pole, so like if your tent pole breaks, you can use this and tape it, and this will keep it in place and get you operational again. I have a emergency rain poncho and some hand warmers as well. So yeah, that's what I have in my kit. And I guess I could talk about the gun I'm bringing too. So this the gun I'm going to be bringing is a gun that I recently bought this year for this trip. Actually, I bought it used from Brad's Guns in Bonnie Lake. It's a 243 Savage Model 110. It's got a Bushnell Engage scope on it. I did have to order a sling for it, Amazon overnight, so that should be showing up here today. Because we leave, today is, what is today, Friday? Today's Friday, we leave Sunday, I work tomorrow. So, gotta get a sling on this thing, and then we'll be good to go. Hopefully it gets a deer. I also have this 410 little shotgun here. It's a breakdown 410. I think this is what Sydney's going to be bringing. She'll be carrying this. Yeah, that's it.